We're gabbing. We're gabbing. We're gabbing. We're gabbing. We're gabbing. We're gabbing.
Welcome to GabBin
Gabbing
with Greicy
and Heather.
Hello. I'm being a beverage goblin today. I have my ice water, I have coffee, and I have another Aspire Healthy energy drink. This one is raspberry acai. What you drinking?
I'm only having water today because we had a happy hour event at work and I had 2 drinks and I don't think I need any more.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying that.
It's okay.
I'm all grown up.
The theme of this week is adulting sucks.
I think that's the theme every week.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe like to distinguish this week, it's like, not that it sucks, it's like, it's exhausting. It's like trying to think about like what my goals were for the week. And my goal was, I just kept it simple. I was like, okay, we were talking about the Oscar movies and stuff like that. I'm going to watch one of the Oscar movies that is on my list to watch. And I even narrowed it down. I was like, I'm going to watch Train Dreams because it's the only mofo that's under 2 hours. I was like, I got this.
Okay.
And then between adulting and mail delivery, it did not happen. Because let me tell you what happened. So everybody, I apologize if you hear the tap, tap, tap of dog nails on the ground. Lila has fallen off the couch and now she's like pacing back and forth trying to decide if she wants to get back up on the couch or not. So here's what happened this week. So this week I was like, okay, this is an attainable goal. It's under 2 hours. And I don't know what happened Friday. Friday night, I just was like awash. Like I wasn't very productive. I don't exactly know what happened. But then Saturday morning, I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch the BTS concert. 1 hour. Oh. I so appreciated that. It was only 1 hour. So
that's the little thing.
That was like one thing I did accomplish. I watched the BTS concert while exercising. Multitasking queen.
Was it 2 hours long?
It was 1 hour. It was only 1 hour.
That's it?
Yeah. I was like, I love this. This is the type of time management
wait.
The time that helps me.
BTS appreciates time management.
Yeah, they appreciate our time.
They probably got too much going on anyhow.
Fitzy might be able to watch parts of it. It was that like on point. Like they would do 2 songs, they would talk a little bit, do 2 songs, talk a little, and they did like a mixture of like the new album and the old album. Like they did.
Was it like
they did Butter? He likes Butter.
I like Butter.
Yeah. They did Butter. I think with the old songs, they did Butter and Dynamite. And then I think everything else was their new album.
Was it like live?
It was
I'm sorry, not live. Was there with actual people?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It was crazy. I would have been like if they would have done something like this in New York, I would have been so mad because it was outside. If you watch just the beginning of it on Netflix, you'll see how it was laid out. They had like people around them. It was right in the middle of the city. And then they had like the streets blocked off and they had like people. It would be like if they took over all of Times Square, like the streets and everything.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, it was.
Cool.
So there was a ton of people there. It was live. So it was the morning here, but it was night in Seoul. The day before, one of their members hurt themselves and had to go to the hospital. So they had to, in less than 24 hours, they had to rearrange all the dance stuff so that he could like sit in a chair for most of it.
I'm being slow right now because I said live and then I asked if it was like actual people. Like this was not pre-recorded.
No, it was not pre-recorded. It was totally live. It was a live concert.
Oh my God.
What's
the time difference?
I think I'm with daylight savings, who the fuck knows? It's around 12 hours or something like that. Like it was 7 a.m. New York time. I think it was like maybe 8 p.m. in Seoul or something like that.
Okay.
So I really appreciated it. I mainly watched it because I wanted to see if Netflix would crash, and Netflix didn't crash.
You wanted to participate in the coming down of Netflix.
Well, like, because you know how, like, they're a hot mess whenever something big comes out, and I was like, they're going to do, like, a live concert for, like, the comeback of, like, one of the biggest bands in the world. Like, that's not going to go well. But it was fine. There weren't any problems on my end. I was able to watch it without any.
They got their ish together.
Yeah, they knew.
They have to. Like, come on now.
So, yeah. So, I was, like, really... Saturday, I was, like, on point. Then, like, everything came crashing down because in the mail arrived my book.
All right.
And so, between that and stupid adulting, That's right. I was complaining about the adulting. It was really the adulting. I'm not going to blame the book because the book actually didn't take too long to. But adulting sucks. Like every time I wanted to do something, like I would have to stop and like do adulting things.
I understand.
Yeah. So I didn't end up getting the movie watch. I did watch a little bit more of Arcane League of Legends because I'm watching season 2. And so I have 1.5 episodes left. Yes, I said half episode because I can't even sit down and watch a full episode.
I understand that. That's how I was like rewatching Bridgerton, just doing half episodes. And but that's something that Corey does. He doesn't watch full episodes. I mean, he'll watch, but then once he gets tired, he'll just stop if he gets tired.
Like wherever it is. Like let me just finish this episode. Good for him.
Maybe he'll finish a scene.
Good for him. I think I used to be that way.
I'm not used to it. Like I did it for Bridgerton, and I think only because it was a rewatch.
Yeah, that was basically my week. Stupid adulting things, and I watched the BTS concert, and I read the book that we're going to talk about tonight. So that's exciting. Ooh. What's going on with your week? Anything come up that you want to talk about?
Nothing like personally, but just interested in seeing how the new Harry Potter. Well, it's not a movie, so I can't say new. How the Harry Potter series is going to pan out now that I've seen the trailer.
Yes, you had me watch the trailer.
I did. They really made Petunia but sound like an absolute bitch. And I like that.
They did really good with the casting. It seems like based off of the trailer. But yeah, like she was
This
mean.
kid looks like very mean.
Okay, for the record, Lila has just gotten back up on the couch. So hopefully no more pitter-patter of her steps.
She figured it out. Good girl.
She's got the brain fog. She's in the perimenopause like we are. I enjoyed the trailer. I thought they did really good casting. I'm not planning on watching the show, which we won't get into. Are you hoping I would see the trailer and change my mind?
Yes.
It kind
I'm going to keep trying. I can help myself.
I was like shocked when you said a trailer came out. Like I was like, oh, they filmed? Like when's it supposed to come out?
Oh, I don't know. It didn't say, did it? Apparently, they're not planning on releasing internet. Correct me if I'm wrong. New season does not equate new book.
Were you thinking maybe they would do like a new edition with a different book cover?
No, like season 1 is book 1, season 2 is book 2, so on and so forth. Like apparently, it's not.
They're not
going
laying
to be
it
like
out
that.
in that format. Oh,
no, which I don't know how they plan on doing it. I guess they want to drag it out.
More
is
money.
What I'm thinking. Come on, like Game of Thrones was 8 seasons,
or maybe
right?
Maybe they want to get more into like some of the stuff that was in the books and add some new things to it.
But it's, I'm assuming, a 1 hour, 45 minutes to 1 hour episode. How many episodes are they going to have?
That's the question. Maybe they're going to be like shorter seasons. I don't know. We'll find out.
You will.
I'll find out through you.
Okay. I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna push it.
Keep on trying. There's enough other stuff that I don't have time to watch.
Maybe.
To like be stressed out about.
You bring up a point. The only thing that I am being hopeful about is that they correct the pairings.
You know that's not going to happen, but who knows? Maybe they'll give that to you.
I can remain hopeful because she knows she did wrong.
Since when has she ever corrected anything that she's done wrong?
Well, I mean, you can't go back and rewrite a book.
You actually can. There's this book. Oh my gosh, I'm so ill prepared for this. There's this book that they actually they didn't rewrite the book itself, but they actually sent out new book covers and they changed the name of the book.
Oh, really?
Book. It used to be called George, and it's a novel about a transgender girl written by Alex Gino, and it tells the story of Melissa, a fourth grade student who is struggling to be herself in a world where others see her as George, a boy. And so it was released with the title and the book cover saying George, and they decided to reissue the book cover as Melissa. And so they sent new book covers to whoever had purchased a copy. I think you just had to request one and they would send it to you.
Awesome.
So there have been situations like that. I feel like there might have actually been a book that was like republished with a bunch of changes, but they would be more like they would do it as like a new edition. You know who famously does that? Not to get into cults, because that's not the topic of tonight, but Scientology famously rewrites and reissues their books as a way to get the people to have to buy a whole new set of books.
Surprise. And also to kind of manipulate people. Well, obviously, but, changing the writing to fit more contemporary times.
I don't even know that they're doing that.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
You never know.
Did you want to talk about anything else before we get to the book, which is our topic of the evening?
I was gonna bring up Justin Timberlake, but that might delve into a whole thing.
That could be a whole episode.
That could be a whole episode. Let's just say.
Okay, tell me.
Let's just say. I understand why he didn't want it to be leaked.
Oh yeah.
I mean, no one wants their stuff to be leaked.
Well, not leaked, but released. This week, they released the body cam from his arrest for driving while intoxicated. Allegedly, I don't know. Did he plead guilty? What happened with that? I don't even know.
Remember.
Whatever happened when he got arrested, it was not a good look. Whatever ended up being the result. But anyway, so we'll get to what our actual topic of tonight is, which is the book And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison. And it is book 2 in the Heartstrings series. So we did discuss First Time Caller. So if you have not seen that episode, go back and listen to that episode. And it is 2 competing meteorologists are forced to find common ground in this opposites attract when Harry met Sally inspired romance. Jackson, Clark, and Delilah Stewart have had their fair share of run-ins over the years, often ending in disaster. While Jackson thrives on routine and organization from the comfort of his radio booth, Delilah loves the spontaneity and adventure out in the field. When they're partnered against their will to cover a historic snowstorm, they find themselves scrambling to figure out how to work together. Eager to be taken seriously as a journalist, Delilah offers Jackson a deal. If he can help her ace this assignment, she'll help him rediscover his long-lost fun side. With unexplored chemistry burning beneath their clashes, the unlikely partnership quickly tumbles into an easy and surprising friendship. But when other feelings start to enter the equation, can Jackson and Delilah withstand the storm? Or does what happened in the mountains stay in the mountains? And we're going to talk about When Harry Met Sally as well, since it's, I would say, very loosely based on When Harry Met Sally. Like, we both went back and rewatched the movie because we were like,
very.
Is this?
I watched it. There's a big difference. I think it's just their personality.
It's personality. We'll get into it. But before we get into that, I do want to address the elephant in the room, the major controversy of this book.
Quote unquote. Like, I don't think it's controversial at all.
The thing people are talking about, the backlash. And that is, we're kind of joking because we didn't even catch it in the book. We don't know exactly where it's saying it, but apparently, and I will speak to this as someone from Pennsylvania, PA. Apparently, in the book, Delilah at one point, they go to a Wawa. If you're not from the East Coast, Wawa is a convenience store / gas station.
Not really in New York.
We're creeping up there. And this is part of the problem. We're creeping places that are not Pennsylvania, South Jersey. And it's causing a ruckus. So it's a store that originated in Wawa, Pennsylvania, not Philadelphia. People, calm down about your Philadelphia stuff with Wawa, because part of this is Philadelphia specific, from my understanding. But in this area, in the Eastern Pennsylvania, South Jersey, we say hoagie, which that term comes from Philadelphia specifically, from the Italian immigrants in the, I think, Naval Yard or something like that. I don't know. Look it up. But the term hoagie instead of sub. And so apparently in the book, Delilah goes to a Wawa and she orders a Wawa sub. And people, mostly from Philadelphia and the surrounding areas, are having a damn fit. But if you go outside of the Eastern Pennsylvania, South Jersey area, nobody says hoagie. Everybody says sub. I don't understand the term sub. Like, I don't understand where that comes from. That makes as much sense as hoagie does. But yeah, people are having a damn fit. The thing is, like, when you have like a regional store that then goes and spreads out, like you can get Wawa and like as far down as Florida even, and like northern New Jersey, like it's spread. So it's like they actually have like, they'll have Hoagie Fest, but people will like know what Hoagie Fest is, but they'll still go into the store and they'll call it a sub because they don't say hoagie wherever that store is.
I don't see what the big deal is. Like, you don't know where she's from.
The big deal is that people from this area, the Philadelphia,
with saying hoagies.
Well, not even that. People from the Philadelphia, South Jersey area. I'm going to include South Jersey. Maybe they're not as bad as us on the PA side, but we love a good argument. We love to argue. We love to bitch. And we take our tribalism and our pride very seriously. And so since it's a very like Philadelphia like term, we like, they're going to bitch about it. Hoagie is like, you know how like in like Louisiana they have the po' boy sandwich?
Yes.
That's our version of that, because it has to do with like the workers, like the dock workers bringing like their sandwich and like it being called like kind of like a making fun of them kind of. My understanding is it was like they were calling them hogs for eating such big sandwiches, so like the hogs turned into like hoagies.
Do you think that the issue is that Delilah went into a Wawa specifically? If it would have been into a deli and ordered a sub, it would have been fine. But the fact that Wawa was stated in the book, which I do not remember, is the issue.
It is. It's specifically Wawa because Wawa is a Pennsylvania store.
There a menu that states hoagies versus subs?
Yeah, like Wawa does not use the term sub. They have like Hoagie Fest instead of like Sub Fest, where they have like you can get deals on hoagies and stuff like that. Like they very specifically use the term hoagie, but that's because it like originated in Pennsylvania.
But like, do you
Wawa,
think? Okay, because I don't know. I'm trying to get like down to the nitty gritty. Like, what if it's just hoagie like in PA versus outside of PA? This is in Maryland. Like,
I would wonder, and I think I use it interchangeably. I would wonder how these same people would think about if somebody came to Philadelphia to Subway and asked for a sub versus a hoagie. I don't think anybody would have an issue with either term being used in that context, but it's like specific to like, but Subway's not like a Pennsylvania specific place. I think it's really that it's like Pennsylvania, Wawa has to be hoagie. But like
this is an author from Maryland.
Yeah, and nobody
characters in Maryland.
Hoagie, like they don't say hoagie down there.
So I'm glad she's like sticking by it. It's like it's subs.
Yeah, I think like
you can't bully people. I mean, not to say that anyone's bullying, but she's not going to allow herself to let it even get to that point by saying, "Nope, I stand by this." That's that.
If she would have had Delilah say hoagie, I think like all the Maryland people would have lost their minds. Probably, like it would have been a reversal.
As someone who is a New Yorker, I'm like, I know it's a food that she's going to eat and she likes. That's it. That's all that matters. Yeah. Like, why do we have to be so into this? Says the person who like nitpicks about certain things too. So
I think it's just a sore spot. Yeah. Like I actually was surprised that I didn't catch it because I feel like I can understand like if you're from PA and like,
can we say that
you're like
minded? You have left the area. You have been to different parts of,
Maybe that's part of it. But I was like surprised I didn't clock it because I feel like I would have been like, oh, she said Wawa sub. That's kind of weird. They must not say hoagie down there. That's what my thought process probably would have been.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I was trying to quote unquote take notes going back and winding up just rereading it. When they go further into wherever in Maryland, her and Jackson, they don't go to a Wawa. They go to a
turkey place. It's like a diner.
Like a diner and like a garage or something, or not a garage, but maybe, what do you call it? Where you go get gas station,
Convenience store.
And when they come back to the city, it was in such a rush. I don't think they stop anywhere.
Yeah, I really am trying to. I feel like I need to go read the whole book again. I really don't remember them getting so funny. If anybody hears this and they know what chapter it's in, let me know the chapter, please.
I know, that would be really nice. That would be really nice.
Because I was trying to skim, and I was like, do they go get food? Because they go to Skullduggery. They go to the turkey place, the convenience stores. I mean, technically, the gas station could have been Wawa. Do you remember when they go to the gas station?
When they are on their way to... They don't stop there. They just talk about Jackson saying that she got... Not Jackson. Delilah saying she got more... Exactly. They don't... I don't... She does, I'm not going to lie, she does use a lot of name brands. So maybe at that point, I'm just like, okay, whatever. Yeah. You know?
So that's the scandal. The scandal of... And now that's the...
Ridiculous scandal. In flipping pages, I came across them looking at a movie together, and it reminded me that that was something else that was in When Harry Met Sally, where they were in two different locations and they were watching a movie together. And I believe the movie they were also watching was Casablanca.
Oh. Yeah, doesn't like Jackson talk shit about Casablanca?
He does.
I was like, rude.
I have not seen it, surprisingly, so I cannot say anything.
It's on our list for you to watch so that we can discuss.
I know. I have to get to it.
It's a good movie. If people haven't watched it, I would recommend it. I watched it in a cinema class that I took where we went through like the history of cinema.
One of those films.
And it's like it's gotta be like, if not the most quotable movie, one of the most quotable ever made.
Yes, that I agree with. I know way too much about that.
Yeah, like if people don't know
the Philadelphia Story is the one that they watch. Yeah. I was wondering, was it
a long time ago, but I don't remember anything about it.
Neither do I. So what am I talking about? I've never seen it either. At least I don't think so. So what did you think about the book? Like we started talking about it and not really talking about it because of the Wawa incident.
I really enjoyed it. I felt like it was like a bit of a roller coaster of emotions where I was like in the room by myself but being like, oh my God, can you believe it? And there were sad parts.
Yeah, there were sad parts.
It was like a roller coaster.
I feel like, not that I didn't like it, but I just felt like the writing was a little bit all over the place. I'm accustomed to... let me finish my thought here because I was going to jump into something else. Like some consistency, like this is the issue with this character and that's the one issue that goes all throughout. But these two individuals have so much going on
it is
that
chaos.
I'm wondering, yes. And I'm just realizing that now as I'm talking to you, they are fully formed individuals who have real life problems. And that's why maybe it was a little bit all over the place for me. And at the end, it kind of felt a little bit rushed. And she did the same thing with Good Spirits, I thought.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that in this book. When we got to the last few chapters, I was just
Yes, a couple of things. About the ending, I specifically thought that the situation with like Keith and her getting her job back and everything was super rushed and weird.
Yes, I agree.
I know what you mean about like the chaos, and I'm wondering if I'm assuming that was intentional because it was kind of like that with When Harry Met Sally. Like they were two people that really know themselves and have like fully formed adult opinions, and that's not as typical in stories.
And they're so opposites and you try to get them two together that
like they're both established already. It's not like they're necessarily coming up in their careers.
Right.
Like you said, there's a lot going on. They have like the whole work stuff. They have like their personal stuff. And you're like, so there's like multiple kind of stories going on in one story because of it. Like I kept being like, where is this going? At the beginning, you think, okay, it's going to be like, okay, well, there are these two kind of like very opposite people that are going to like fall in love. And there's this like antagonist in Keith who's trying to like sabotage the work side of things for them. And you think like that's just going to be the storyline. But then like you have like the added stuff of like their common, like how they grew up to like with very kind of like chaotic mothers, and they were both abandoned by their mothers, and how that like radically changed how they grew up. And like because of circumstances, they grew up very different because of that. Like Jackson had to like essentially give up his whole entire childhood and like become the adult and take care of everyone and like be the fix-it person and like take on guardianship of his sisters and stuff like that. Where like Delilah, same situation, chaotic mother, her grandfather stepped in, and so she had the ability to take chances and be free and be whimsical and stuff like that. So it like so it's like they have the same beginning and then it drastically like diverged.
Which is the reality of things, right? You can have the same situation happen to two different people and other circumstances shape their lives. We don't hear of any other adult in Jackson's life. We hear that Jackson, like you said, becomes the adult.
Yeah, by like age 8, he was like the adult. He was having to take care of not only himself, but in some situations, his mother. Where Delilah, her grandfather was like, give her to me. I will raise her.
Yeah. She especially confused me because I didn't understand her hesitancy until we got near the end. And I don't remember what she said. I'm thinking it must have been to the girls, but who knows? But to Jackson's sister, Adeline and Penelope, she felt that abandonment. And she didn't think she was worthy of the love that Jackson wanted to give her, even though she got it from her grandfather.
Also, like with her grandfather having Alzheimer's, which was like a whole nother plot line that got like pulled in that kind of like was like a whole storyline of itself. It'll not willingly, but like through his Alzheimer's, he's abandoning her. So she's feeling that too. So she's feeling extra vulnerable as like she's falling in love with Jackson and doesn't want to be abandoned by anyone else. Because it's like, okay, here's this person that never abandoned her that's now through like the slow process of dying is abandoning her. And like, so now she's kind of like, okay, well now every single person in my life has abandoned me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It's hard for us to be vulnerable.
It is. And Jackson wanting to desperately clinging on to the word fun. And he didn't realize how much that word was being thrown at him from Aiden, from his mother, and from who else at the beginning of the book before they even go to do the weather report together to talk about to report on the blizzard. He brings it up, he wants to be able to, he's very open with her, tells her what he wants, and she's like, okay, he doesn't even want to take this seriously. Like, I don't want them to be abandoned by him. I'm emotionally invested. And he's like, done with me. I got it. It took me, I was so confused. I was like, what's going on? Like, why is she being hesitant? She's so
because they seem to be communicating. I was like, they seem to be communicating okay, but they're not really.
Yes.
And he was kind of described that at the end too. Like he was like, well, yeah, you agreed to all this, and I just like kind of went along with it because I wanted whatever I could get.
Yeah, which happens.
Yeah. But it's kind of funny because like usually when we talk about stories like this, it's the lack of communication that is causing all the chaos. And that's not necessarily the case with
it. Goes to show that even if you're communicative, you're still not being communicative.
Yeah, exactly.
This is why I like to talk about books with you and stuff, because I'm like seeing things in a completely different light. I'm like, okay, this book is like really interesting then, because it was a lot more complicated than it seemed on the surface.
Yeah, exactly.
And to your point, there are other storylines going on. I mean, typically there are, right? But these were a lot more deep because you're bringing in, someone who has dementia and 2 young teenagers who are also abandoned by the mother.
Yeah.
Who couldn't even remember how old they were. It just ticked me off.
Oh my God, she was way off.
Are they 12?
In the first book, did we know that Jackson had his sisters? I don't remember. Okay.
We knew he had custody, but we didn't know how old they were, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So I anticipated them being younger. And when they ended up being teenagers, I was like, oh, wow. Because I thought Jackson was pretty young.
Well, I think he is because
he's in his 20s.
Yeah, I think I figured out that he was in his late 20s, like maybe 28 or 29. Yeah. So like when you brought up the whole like idea of like Jackson being fixated on fun, that reminded me of like, even though they've been, and this is so for real, even though they were abandoned by their mother like years and years ago, like in Delilah's case, it was like 6 months old, and in Jackson's case, she was physically there sometimes, but like pretty much like not there the entire time. It still haunts them. Like it's still like his mother saying that he needs to make sure that the girls have fun should not impact him the way that it does. But like with the reality of our relationships with our parents, they really do like haunt us forever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And like Delilah needing to pretend that she is her mother for her grandfather's sake is crazy. So yeah, it's like it's much more complicated of a book than I would have expected. And When Harry Met Sally was kind of like that too, because like you have another situation where like they become really good friends and they seemingly are, I'm going to use your word seemingly are communicating really well and like talking to each other about like anything, but there is like the miscommunication in that storyline as well, because they're not actually fully communicating.
No. You know, why would they? Because they're friends. You can't be more when you're a man and a woman. So to admit that.
Billy Crystal's character, like Harry, I freaking hated that too. Like I was like,
really?
What you seeing in him?
But, like, well, he gets his heart broken, right? So he softens up a bit, I think.
Yeah, he becomes more empathetic and stuff.
I just don't find Billy Crystal attractive, so I had a really hard time, I think, just seeing the movie period after all these years, because it's right up my alley.
Yeah, it is right up your alley. Yeah, I don't find him attractive at all. But I think like college Billy Crystal, like straight out of college, I was like, this guy's so obnoxious. I don't know how she dealt with an 18-hour car drive with him.
Because there was something there, that's why.
And then he couldn't even remember his girlfriend's name.
But he remembers her.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so that's the big glaringly difference in the storylines, is that like with When Harry Met Sally, they go like several years. Like they meet, then they go like 3 years, I think, run into each other. Then I think it goes like 5 years, and then they run into each other. It's like there's all these like gaps.
Right.
But they always remember each other.
They do. And in this book, it's you go years. It kind of reminds me of Heated Rivalry. Like they go years having an interaction, unlike When Harry Met Sally. Before this book.
Yeah, yes. Before the book starts. Yeah, because I think like they had like kind of a heated rivalry for like at least 2 years through Post-its.
More on his side. And he was the only one with the Post-its. I don't think she...
More on her side, because he didn't think that he was being... Well, I don't know. Yeah, no, you're right. He was in denial. He was like, I was being very polite and not mean at all. And she was like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
I would love if she, BK Borison, had like all of the Post-it notes that he's left her.
People, you cannot judge tone in a Post-it note.
But we know Jackson. I think he said passive aggressive. Didn't he say he was passive aggressive?
I think she said it was passive aggressive.
Okay.
And he
was
probably
like, it.
I didn't mean to be mean.
Passive aggressive at the least, because he doesn't. He's
persnickety.
He's not a mean person. He's just so set in his ways, and it's not his fault. It's his mother's fault, because she made him that way. However, this is something that I did want to bring up to you.
Yes, bring it up.
Do you think that there's something else underlying with Jackson, that he is so particular about everything? Oh, even when ordering the food, that was very Sally-ish of him.
Oh, yeah, because in the movie,
at the diner,
it's like everything has to be different. So,
oh, can I have it on the side? Can I do this? Can I do that? Yeah. Did you get a sense, though, with Jackson, that maybe there was just something else going on, or that was just the way he is because of his upbringing?
Like a diagnosed condition of some kind? Yes. It's hard to know, like, is it a result of like would he have always been like that to a certain extent, and it got exacerbated as like a coping mechanism for
a good point
dealing with his life? or like is it like environmental where like it fully resulted from the way that he had to like cope to survive?
I guess we'll never know.
So
I guess we'll never know. And it's just like that Camille, right? That's her name. Because I don't even want to remember her name. But she was something else. Like, oh, do you still do this? Do you still like so like what are you? She does. She's like, I think she's worse than
which mom?
Book Abby Jimenez's book.
Oh, the one that like just for the summer. That mom?
Yes, that mom.
Yeah, but that is kind of like in the same vein because doesn't like I think like Camille's like a music manager now. Like she like show up like with her like boyfriend at some point.
Yeah, I think
there's a story where she I don't know. Yeah, it just sounds like
it's very similar. I feel like it's very I don't want to say similar storylines, but I'm like realizing now like this one.
But yeah, no, it's very Amber like, but like worse than Amber.
BK Borison is different from Abby Jimenez because Abby Jimenez like warns you if there's like something going on in the book. Not BK. Not that they give full details or anything because I don't think that they did. You just find out in the midst of it, obviously.
But yeah, they definitely like it shows like mother-children relationships are complicated.
Yeah.
And like just like the people that raise us, I don't know, we are impacted by the people around us. Like we see that with Delilah and why she wants to be a meteorologist specifically on TV. Because Maggie offers her position at the radio station, but she's like, no, I need to be on TV.
Yeah.
Because Grandpa and I always watch the weather and discuss the weather first thing in the morning on TV. So that was cute.
That is cute and it is sweet. I'm glad she's able to keep her job and I'm glad Keith is out.
I was about to say, can we talk about Keith and how he sucks? And I really wanted Maggie to take him down at the end.
I wanted Maggie to take him down at the I really wanted Delilah to take him down at the end. And it's like all that research that they all got together at her house. I think it was her house or was it whoever's home. Then she didn't really do anything with it.
It was super anticlimactic. And I wanted to know more about what Gianna found out.
Yeah.
Because it sounded like Gianna knew a whole bunch of shit about Heath. And I was like, this is the tea. I know we mind our business, but this is the fucking tea that we want to know about. What did you find out about Keith?
Like, if it wasn't
side novella about
maybe
Keith?
we will.
BK, please.
The fact that they did all of that research and nothing was used really sucked. But it isn't Delilah. It's not her. I get it. She's not that type of person. But in knowing that
she's not petty like we are.
I don't even know if I would.
We'd think about it real hard at least.
Yes. You're smiling. You're like, yes.
Let's channel our inner 50 Cent. Let's not petty on. He's a petty bitch. Like the fact that when she was like at the end, when she was like, why do you hate me? And he said, because everyone else loves you. I was like, you fucking petty bitch.
Really like, petty.
Like that's so dumb. Like that's why you're actively like crashing out your whole career over this person.
Because you feel that you need to like she's taking something away from you because you were the shit.
He is like so focused on power because Ava even says like he's gotten too much power and control and he's like controlling what information gets to the higher ups and stuff.
I do find interesting how the TV station corporate environment is and the radio, like everybody's just so like nice and friendly. Like I'm sure there are more people like Keith out there.
Yeah. It sounded like he contracted to get that power too. Like that wasn't like a standard thing because they were saying like he has full control over like everything creative that happens or something. Like he doesn't have any checks in place. He's a whole red flag.
He's a prick.
Yeah.
Big time.
Like he needs to go work on himself. So I'm glad that he's no longer with the station, but like I feel like he got an easy out. Like to force somebody in retirement.
He really did. Really did. I didn't like that. He needed to be fired. Like why are you gonna get like I don't know. Like, people need to know. You're a douchebag.
He's so like he's that guy, like, because he started like stuttering and got so upset when he realized that somebody was hearing him talk to Delilah. Like, it just shows like what a weak person he is.
He is. He's despicable.
Like, oh, the second that you realize that Aiden can hear what you're saying, you're like, you don't got something to say. You're all like bluster. Right? Lila even agrees.
Like when Jackson was shouting him out.
Yeah, and he wasn't even like
on live TV.
Oh, like on live TV. Yeah, like that was funny.
Or something like
and the turtle suit.
Him in that turtle suit. He loves it.
He's got a little bit of a turtle suit fetish. Actually, what we could do as well, BK, while you're listening to us, is
yeah.
Imagine if she was a listener.
I would love it.
We don't have any listeners in Maryland, but like it would be nice. Can we have like a little side series that's Gianna like investigating shit, and then we could get more into her and Mark.
That's a good one. Mark threw me off. I'm like, he's with who? No,
I
don't know how that works.
In my head, he's
I don't know
like
how that works.
A surly older guy that like lives off of like fast food.
But maybe she's an older individual too. I never thought about that. I just assumed she's like maybe the same age as Delilah, but maybe she's not.
Yeah, that's true. I pictured her as like being in her 20s, being like very like well put together, but also like a chaotic mess because she's constantly like researching.
I did not see her put together at all. I see her hair everywhere.
Well, okay, so by put together, I mean she's probably like wearing very nice clothing, but like her hair is a mess because she's constantly like researching and not paying attention.
I saw her as a person who, well, she didn't shower, so I just assumed she's wearing the same clothes all the time.
But it's a well-tailored suit. Maybe they are perfect for each other.
Maybe they are. Oh my gosh. Love it, love it, love it.
But yeah, like we need more into, I want to know more about Gianna and Mark.
We know that these stories are all interwoven. Like we see some characters, you know, like we saw Aiden and Lucy, and the same thing with the Love Light series, right? Where you see, it just seemed like an easier flow with Aiden and Lucy in this book series versus the Love Light series. Does that make sense? Or maybe it's just simply because I love this series a lot already compared to the Love Light series.
She has the experience of writing the Love Light series to improve. So it makes sense that the flow is better. I don't know. She has different editors too.
Jackson. I want to get back to Jackson because he was a very endearing character. Like he was endearing in First Time Caller.
Yes. I liked him. I was so excited when I found out that the second book was about him.
Like I feel like BK Borison threw me in for a loop because I was not expecting him to be like, I thought he was just going to be like this nervous wreck throughout the whole entire book. And he has so much depth to him and he cares so much. And he was so gentle with Delilah too. Once he got to like, because he says at the end of the book, like after the first broadcast, like he knew already that he had feelings for her. He just couldn't fully admit to it. Because when you're reading, now that I'm like kind of like rereading, I'm like, he doesn't say it when it's his chapters. He's not saying like, I like her, but he knows that there's something different there. He does say that actually, I take it back. He says, I like you. And I always wonder, even now in the reread, did he mean to say he liked her like, I like you as a friend? And that's how she took it, right? Mm-hmm. Or the underlying was, I like you as something more, and you totally caught me off guard here, lady. You know?
It's probably both. Because doesn't he say I like you, and I kind of hate that I like you. But yeah, even from chapter 1, when the girls are watching her at the aquarium in her turtle suit, and he's like he can't stop watching her.
He can't stop watching her. Yeah,
like he's kind of like, I don't like that you guys are watching this. Blah, blah, blah. Like, why are you watching this? But then he's like staring, like he can't take his eyes off of her.
It's probably he found her attractive, right? And that because he says like he got irritated by the turtle suit. Irritated, I guess, in the sense that he got turned on. So like there was an attraction there from the get-go. He couldn't get past the fact that she was so chaotic. You know, the way she parks the car. he wouldn't park anywhere else. Like he had to park there.
Well, that was the funny thing because I was like, oh God, like, yeah, like why does she park like that? But like her comeback was like, well, you could park anywhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so true. I didn't think about that.
It's so true. Like they make it sound like no one has cars in the town. Well, I mean, it's a big city. Maybe there's a bus stop nearby or a train. I have no idea. But they make it sound like as if there's so many parking spots available. Yeah. And she just...
Yeah, because it sounds like it's a big parking lot in between the two stations.
Exactly. Even though at one point I thought the stations were connected. I was like confused. I was like, Greicy, don't get into it. Anyhow, I found the line.
Right? What's the line?
I blow out a heavy breath. I think I like you. I say with a sigh. That's what this off-balance feeling is, isn't it? The way I can still feel her hand in mine, the way I want to feel it again. I scratch an eyebrow. I don't really understand what's going on with me. Delilah laughs. You don't have to sound so mad about it. I like you too, if that helps.
All right.
My shoulders relax. It does. The look on her face is tender, understanding. This wasn't part of your plan, was it? Actually enjoying your time with me. She throws completely off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's the one that's like, you don't have to be so mad about it. I thought he said like that he didn't like that he feeling that way. But yeah, she throws him off kilter and he's so like focused on like everything being orderly that that's got to be like disarming.
He is, but he isn't. He kind of gives into it.
Yeah, he does. He's very flexible.
Even though he doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I think that having two younger sisters, he has no choice but to be flexible.
Exactly. Two 15-year-old twins, like that's chaos. That are traumatized by their mother abandoning them. And like the mother not only abandons them, but like keeps popping in when they least expect it and letting them down over and over again. And there you see the way that the two different twins react to that, where like, is it Penelope is just like, I'm done. Like kind of has like the Jackson reaction. And Addie is like always wanting mom to like prove her love.
Mm-hmm. He was so affectionate with her. He was very touchy with her. When they kiss, well, when she kisses him to help him calm his nerves, and he loops his pinky around her pinky. How cute is that? Oh my God, I want that on screen.
So cute, but how fucking inappropriate was it for her to kiss him? I was like, girl, you're trying to be professional.
No, she can't help it. We know that's our girl and she's a mess.
She's so impulsive.
She is.
But like, I
can you blame her? Apparently he's super hot.
Yeah. But like, way to get yourself fired by like that could have gone seriously wrong.
He corrected it the second time around, right? Because it was like it was like just waiting for the consent, you know? Yeah. So they finally got it right the second time.
Maybe don't try to like get consent from your coworkers while you're working. Maybe wait till the project is over. I don't know. I'm being too professional.
You are, because there are a lot of hookups in the workplace.
And that's problematic.
But it's a book.
Yeah, it's a book.
We don't have to take it too seriously.
The fans love the little on-air love fest. It is not recommended.
Don't do it in real life.
Especially when you're in a situation where like you're trapped in a snowstorm with somebody. I know it's very Hallmarky and stuff, but in the real world, let's live in the real world. It's good for a book. He's crashing out like that was so crazy to me. I was like, this damn fool is trying to be sneaky. He like gets into her email and everything, but he waits till after she leaves. Like it's going to be a timestamp.
I don't even know if it was from her email. I think it was just from this, like a station email.
It was a station email, but I think Gianna said it was like from her computer or IP address or something. So like, why wouldn't you do it like the night before or they leave or something? Like come into the earlier and like, he's trying to be sneaky, but he ain't sneaky enough.
Well, he's an asshole.
And he's entitled, so he thinks that he can get away with shit.
Yeah.
There was a lot of funny moments in this book. Like when Delilah comes out of the bathroom from the shower and like he's on a video call with the girls.
Yeah.
Lucy cracked me up too. She was like, what do I need to know? And they did this whole conversation with just their eyes.
But that wasn't Lucy. That was Lucy?
Yeah, because the girls were on there, they freaked out, and then Lucy came on and was like,
"Hi, Delilah." And I thought it was Jackson and Delilah that I just read that.
I thought it was Lucy.
Oh my gosh. She comes
Lucy
on.
went into mom mode and was like, how do I need to handle this situation with these girls?
I am personally very interested. Okay. Hi, Delilah. Good to see you again. Delilah gives me a faintly pleading look. We have a brief conversation with our eyes.
Was that
and
Jackson?
Then what's happening right now? This is Jackson and
I read it as Delilah, but it was Jackson.
Yeah. So they have like a little back and forth, and then Delilah says there was something in the closet at the other hotel, and Lucy blinks, okay. And so it just kept like explaining that. And then what happened was that there was a flurry of activity on the other side of the phone as everyone jostles for a position.
Yeah, because everybody wants him.
I mean, can you blame them?
But like Lucy was like 100% like mom mode, like how do I handle this? Which is good. Because wasn't Aiden like trying to start shit for being amused in the background?
Yeah, he texted him immediately. Like he said, "You sly motherfucker."
I love Aiden.
I do. Yeah. They're good character. Meg Ryan has blonde hair and blue eyes, and Jackson has blonde hair and blue eyes. She has a list of index cards with VHS alphabetized, which is something that Jackson will probably do and appreciate. Well, it wasn't the Rolodex. It was like the regular Rolodex.
He has the Rolodex, and she says,
he does.
You keep it in alphabetical order, and he's like, how else would I keep it?
Yeah, exactly. I agree with him there.
Yeah. So the big thing with the book and the movie, it's the beginning of epilogue. Aiden is interviewing them, like Jackson and Delilah, about like how they met and everything. And in the movie, they have like interspersed in the movie, they have couples being interviewed and stuff like that. And the last interviewed couple is Harry and Sally talking about like how they met and stuff. I would have loved to have other couples being interviewed throughout the book by Aiden, but they did have that one at the end that tied it right in with the movie. But it might have been weird. I don't know. It might have been weird if
too on the nose.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what they could have done, because they could have had like they were reporting the weather and like
together,
and Delilah in the middle of it is like, oh, so how did you two meet? Or something like that.
That would be something she would do.
Yeah, that's something chaotic she would do. And Jackson would be like, what are you doing? We're talking about the weather.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt my weather.
Which he doesn't want to talk about anyhow. He just rambles.
Yeah. Well, he rambles about the details.
That's why I was so excited about this book. Lightning. I was like, what is he going to get into? He gets into a lot.
Yeah.
Or not. Because he can't talk. And then the floating head, because it was Friday and he had to wear green. He wears green on Friday. And his head was floating.
This goes back to like, do you think he has like some kind of underlying thing having like, do we think he has ADHD? Do we think he's on the spectrum? Do we think it's both? Like
Meg Ryan was dating a guy that had underwear that was labeled like days of the week. And Harry was just like, wait, what?
Didn't she have it? And he was like, the boyfriend was mad that there was
no Sunday.
And he wanted to know why she never wore Sunday or something.
Oh, okay. I
didn't take notes.
That makes more sense. But it reminded me of that. If it's her, okay, this is like she's probably like, well, type A personality. She seems more like a type A personality. Jackson does not seem like he's just a type personality. He has other things going on.
Can I just say in defense of that boyfriend, I think it would make me insane if there was days of the week underwear and it was only 6 days. Like, why would they not make Sunday? Because we rest on Sunday? No, we still wear underwear on Sunday.
We're in the bath all day long. That's on the manufacturer for not creating a 7-pack.
It's not on her, but like it would make me like be so
But
annoyed.
She bought it though.
Back to like funny things, them being like, do you want to do a hostile takeover? That I found hilarious.
Hostile takeover of what?
When they like decided when Keith canceled the weather report.
And that
like
motherfucker. I forgot about that.
You would thought that she had cursed his family in a past life the way he was coming at her. He was such a minor character, and we have so much hate for him.
You know, was he not paying attention to the ratings, to the chatter on social media? You know, like
it was such a complete crash out of his career.
But that's the thing, right? That's the thing. Like, he's not anticipating her getting. He doesn't care about the ratings because it's not ratings for him. Yeah. It's ratings for Delilah, so it didn't matter.
Although it's ratings for his station that he's in charge of, so it's ultimately he's the one that.
Yeah, if you don't have good ratings, what's gonna happen if you don't get good ratings? You're gonna go down the drain. You need a job, don't you? You fool. Do you think that he put Delilah with Jackson or agreed to this because he knows Jackson's a hot mess? And he was like, oh, this might help me sabotage Delilah more.
I think so. I think he thought okay, these two are so polar opposite that it will cause even more chaotic stuff to happen.
Do you think also that the TV station knows the beef, quote unquote beef, that Jackson and Delilah have had throughout the years?
I don't think that Keith probably knows unless somebody mentions it to him. I think he's too stuck up about himself to pay that close attention.
Maybe, but Mark, Gianna,
yeah,
Lola.
Mark, I think, because it sounds like she works with Mark quite closely, and so she might have complained to him about the post-its.
Yeah.
Did you find how quickly he switched over to when he finally did realize his feelings for Lila, how quickly he switched over to be a bit fast and shocking at all? Just because he's so
methodical.
He needs to prepare and know what's going to happen and everything, that the way his brain switched over, I found a bit shocking. I mean, it was probably good for him.
Maybe that's the whole point.
It was so a fundamental feeling that he was okay, well, this is what's happening.
It was there. It's just, again, he couldn't admit it to himself.
He wasn't realizing
that this hot mess of a person. This is someone that I don't think he would have thought he would have fallen in love with.
Yeah. Well, ain't that the way it happened?
Exactly. And maybe he just gave in. He wouldn't admit that it was fate. That was another thing that the twins had talked to him about earlier.
Yeah.
I think the first chapter, right?
Yeah, they were do you believe in fate?
And he doesn't. He doesn't. Yeah. But I believe in you, Delilah. I was like, damn it, Jackson. Oh.
He's such a good guy. When he stayed at the hospital and she didn't know he was staying at the hospital, I was like, oh, damn.
He said, God, Delilah, do I believe in you? He brought God into it too. What a man.
He's such a good guy.
I'm just joking. He's still being, I think, stubborn, because to me, that's fate. You've been interacting all this time with each other. And, thanks to Maggie coming up with this idea, you get to work with each other and you realize that you actually have feelings for one another.
I
can't wait for Maggie. I cannot wait for Maggie. Maggie and Cooper.
Ooh. And we got introduced to Cooper, and I'm like, oh, this guy's going to be a jerk.
This is already, they know each other. This is.
Well, they know each other in a hostile way. Do you have any final thoughts?
I do not.
The only thing I would like to say is the fucking secondhand embarrassment I felt for them when they kissed on air. I had to put the book down. I was so embarrassed on their behalf.
When I was reading it, I was like, why didn't I think that this was not going to happen? Of course this is going to happen.
Yeah.
And it was just the audio, right? It wasn't the video.
Yeah, it was just the audio because they weren't near the camera. And it turned out that freaking Keith had the audio turned on early.
Why wait? Oh, because it doesn't matter.
He's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit. But the whole station was rooting for Delilah because when he wanted to do the when he cut them off,
everyone was in.
Everyone
was like, sure, I'll risk my career. Which just shows nobody likes Keith. Even Ava says that she basically says she doesn't like Keith.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit funny where she was like, oh, I got I got some pleasure out of seeing him squirm when I showed up for this meeting that he wasn't expecting.
Mm-hmm. But that was really smart of them to do that.
The only other thing I would like to say is just kudos to Jackson for his flexibility, especially with the sledding, because he recognized that like she needed to get out of her head because of everything that was going on with Keith. And like a lot of people might have been like, it is 2 a.m. Like, get your ass back in bed. Like, we're not doing this. And he was just like, okay, this is what we're doing.
Well, that's the least he could do, right? Because I think she was being very flexible with him and trying to help him throughout this whole entire time, because he's, I mean, granted, she kissed him. There's a big difference there. But she recognized him for who he was. Like, okay, he's all over the place with his strictness, but she didn't judge him.
Yeah.
They're accepting individuals.
I was just about to say they're very accepting of each other. Yeah, so it was nice. I liked it.
I liked it too. Now that I still think that it wrapped up again too fast at the end.
No, I agree.
What is it that's going on? Is it the editor that's like, this is too many pages already, you need to cut this short? Like, what is it? I don't know.
We don't know.
But hopefully
it is over 400 pages.
It is. Just allow it to end, just maybe like 2-3 more chapters. That's it.
It was unfulfilling, the ending, just because like I wanted my vengeance.
I really want to know, just like you, what's in that folder. What did they find out?
Yes, Gianna did not get her due.
She did not.
She did all that research.
Yeah, for it to just lay there in front of Delilah.
By not eating properly or sleeping. And it was like just unfulfilling to not know.
Yep.
The hot goss.
Yep.
Give us our tea.
Give us our tea. We demand it.
We need our fictional tea so we can leave these public figures alone and mind our business with the real tea. Give us fictional tea.
Yes. We live for this tea. Give us the tea.
All right. Well, listeners, let us know what you thought. Hit us up on Instagram. It is at GabBin Podcast, or you can email us, GabBinPodcast@gmail.com. And thanks for listening to GabBin. Go check us out on Instagram, like and follow us. Check out our other episodes. We are on all the major platforms where you can find your podcast. Feel free to buy us a coffee.
Please do. We need it.
Talk to you next week. Thanks for listening to GabBin.
GabBin. We're GabBin. We're GabBin. We're GabBin. We're GabBin. We're GabBin. We're GabBin.